In the early dawn of June 3, 1961, the quiet streets of Panama City, Florida, were broken by the sound of shattered glass. Inside the Bay Harbor pool hall, the coin machine was smashed open, cigarette machines were emptied, and bottles of beer were missing. Police searched for a suspect, the man that would be Clarence Earl Gideon, a man with almost no money, no lawyer, and no reason to believe he could change American history. But he did. Clarence Gideon left school in 8th grade and picked up jobs wherever he could find them: dishwasher, driver, laborer. He had been in trouble before, but nothing was violent. When officers found him walking near the pool hall with coins in his pocket and beer bottles nearby, they arrested him. When Gideon first appeared in the Bay County Courthouse, he faced a serious charge, but he faced it alone as he had no lawyer. With that, Gideon was left to defend himself. He didn't know how to question witnesses, how to object, or how to poke holes in a prosecutor's case. The prosecutor was able to deliver a smooth, confident closing, while Gideon could only deliver a short, uncertain one. Since Gideon was not able to defend himself very well, the jury returned a guilty verdict. Gideon was sentenced to 5 years in Florida State Prison. To most, the case would have ended with Gideon in jail, but for Gideon, he kept going. Inside the prison walls, Gideon spent his time reading law books from the library when he realized something. Maybe his rights were violated. Using a pencil and a piece of paper, Gideon wrote a handwritten petition for habeas corpus, claiming that the trial violated his Sixth Amendment of right to counsel, and he sent it to the Supreme Court of Florida. He got a response very quickly, and his petition was denied, but Gideon was not finished there. He wrote another petition. This time, it was to the United States Supreme Court. What happens next is extraordinary. The Supreme Court receives thousands of handwritten petitions every year from prisoners. Almost none of them are granted. But the justices noticed something about Gideon's. The court ended up agreeing to hear the case Gideon versus Wainwright, focusing on only one question: must states provide an attorney to poor defendants in felony cases? This was not a small question, and it challenged the entire foundation of criminal justice. The answer to the question is that states must provide an attorney to everyone in any case. Gideon was finally appointed a lawyer, Abe Fortas. They were one of the most respected attorneys in the county and a future Supreme Court justice himself. Fortas argued that the right to counsel wasn't just a luxury, it was an essential for a fair trial, and it cited the Constitution and principles of justice. However, the attorney stated that Florida can't be required to appoint a counsel for every case. It would overwhelm the system, and the justices seemed unmoved. However, one of the justices stated that a fair trial is impossible without a lawyer. How can a normal, average man compete with the machinery of the state? On March 18, 1963, the court announced a unanimous 9-0 decision. The court ruled that states must provide attorneys to defendants who cannot afford them in all felony cases. The right to counsel is fundamental. Lawyers in criminal courts are necessities. Florida was required to overturn Gideon's conviction and give him a new trial. This decision completely reshaped American law forever. After his retrial, Gideon was given a skilled public defender, Fred Turner. He was a sharp, determined, and confident lawyer who was set on clearing Gideon's name. Turner realized and challenged inconsistencies in witness testimonies. Turner exposed contradictions and weaknesses the original jury had never heard before. After the trial, Gideon was able to walk out of the courthouse a free man. Gideon returned to a quiet life. He never saw fame, he just wanted fairness. But his case changed the rights of millions of Americans. Today, every person accused of a crime, whether rich or poor, has the right to an attorney. Public defenders exist because of Clarence Gideon's persistence, courage, and determination. A man with an 8th grade education, a pencil, and a belief that justice should belong to everyone rewrote the Constitution's promise. That is the legacy of Gideon versus Wainwright. The following clips will show a reenactment of the trial Gideon versus Wainwright.
Clarence, you fit the description. We're bringing you in.
What? I didn't steal anything. What are you talking about? Your Honor, I request the court appoint me a lawyer.
Mr. Gideon, Florida law only provides counsel in capital offenses. This is not one.
I am the witness, and I saw Gideon at the pool hall.
After looking at the evidence, Gideon was sentenced to 5 years in state prison.
Blah 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 blah.